Today, we are at Hollywood Studios to try all of the new food. We have some new sweet treats, new drinks, and some restaurants have completely brand new menus. We're gonna be trying it all, and I'll let you know what's worth checking out on your next trip to Disney's Hollywood Studios. There is so much new food in Hollywood Studios since the last time I was here. So I figured I was overdue for a trip to the park so I could try it all. We're gonna start at a restaurant that's menu got a complete overhaul. This menu may look very similar to the old menu at Pizza Rizzo. R.I.P. Catalina Eddie's is our first stop. In recent years, Catalina Eddie's has been serving up the classic cardboard pizzas here on Sunset Boulevard. But ever since Pizza Rizzo closed, they kind of took on being the main Italian restaurant, and I say the term Italian very lightly here in the park. So you'll see some menu items from over in Pizza Rizzo on the menu here now in the meatball sub. You'll also see some brand new pastas on the menu, and there have never been pastas, or at least that I can remember, on a quick service menu here in Hollywood Studios. So we've got some new pastas. We've got the meatball sub here from Pizza Rizzo. We've got a new dessert and a cannoli. There are a couple of different exciting things on the menu here now at Catalina Eddie's, and we're gonna get a couple of them to try. Okay, we've picked up our food from Catalina Eddie's, and first impressions, just based off of looks, not looking too hot, I must admit. So I decided to get one of the pastas and one of the desserts, and for my pasta, I got the Alfredo pasta. Now they do also serve this dish with like a marinara sauce over the pasta, but I'm more of an Alfredo fan, so I decided to go the Alfredo route, but it's the same thing just with marinara over the pasta. We still got the chicken parm, and then cannolis are my favorite dessert, so I'm always a little bit apprehensive to have them here in Orlando, being a New Jersey native, but I had to try out the cannoli, guys. I already picked it up, and I don't have high hopes after picking the cannoli up, but we're gonna try this out as well, starting with the pasta. This is the Alfredo basil chicken pasta. It's served with a slice of garlic bread for $13.29. And like I said, it definitely looks like they tried to go for some chicken parm here, except it looks like it's gonna be a pretty big fail. It looks like they took a tiny spoon of marinara sauce and just plopped it on top of this frozen chicken patty, and then they took a tiny sprinkle of mozzarella cheese and melted it on top. I mean, could they spare the sauce or cheese? At least put 2 scoops of sauce, 2 handfuls of cheese. I mean, this thing is barely covered at all. I will say, the pasta does look good, so at least we'll have that. So we might as well start there. The pasta has some toasted breadcrumbs on top. It really looks nice and creamy. More like a mac and cheese maybe than an Alfredo sauce. I'm not sure, but we've got plenty of sauce on there. Looks pretty solid to me. You know what? This pasta isn't half bad. Pasta's cooked well. I really like the corkscrew pastas that they've got in here. Plenty of sauce. It's really nice and creamy, and it has a great flavor. Has a great basil flavor at that, which I was worried would be missing a little bit because it didn't look like there was much basil in here, but I am getting a little bit of that basil, and I always love when a little bit of basil pesto is mixed in with some Alfredo sauce, and I'm definitely getting those kind of vibes here. The toasted breadcrumbs on top are a really nice touch. Really, no complaints about that pasta. I genuinely enjoy it. Now, is it anything like homemade or anything of that nature? No. But for like quick service pasta, it is totally passable. Now for the chicken, which again, this is the part I'm a little bit more nervous for. This is the part that's not looking too hot. You can see our little chicken patty there. Again, not much sauce, not much cheese. We gotta get apart from the center so we can, this is pretty much all the sauce, all the cheese on one bite here. That chicken patty tastes like it was microwaved this morning. It is so bad. And that sauce on top, that red sauce, is even worse. So I would definitely not recommend getting this pasta with the red sauce here, because the red sauce just is not it. But I would still get this dish again just because I genuinely enjoy this pasta. Like during the winter months, okay, I wish this pasta was served at a quick service restaurant indoors, because getting this outside in the summer is rough. Like, I do not want to eat a plate of pasta outside in the summer. If they serve this inside at a quick service restaurant, it would be a lot more enjoyable. But it's rough to eat this in 100 degrees outside. Like, I don't want to be eating pasta outside right now. But in the winter months, getting this plate of pasta, I mean, I'd get this every time I came to Hollywood Studios, so I hope it sticks around through the winter, because that would be a super cozy meal to eat outside in the winter. But in the summer, I wish this was kind of served at an inside quick service restaurant. And about $13, this portion is quite tiny. Like, the chicken patty is tiny. The portion of pasta is tiny itself. But I like what they're going for with this. You know, I kept saying, I wish there was a quick service restaurant around Disney World that sold pasta, because over in Disneyland, they have a couple of them. Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta over in DCA serves different pastas. Of course, we have Pizza Planet over in Disneyland and the Plaza. And the Countdown Chicken Fusilli at Pizza Planet is so iconic. And I always said I wish we had a couple places, a couple quick service restaurants in Disney World that served pasta, because we never did before this. And this one's passable. Like I said, I'll get it again in the winter. This is going to be a go-to meal for me. I enjoy it. Well, we've still got some dessert here from Catalina Eddie's. This is the cannoli. It cost me $5.29. And to give you guys a true idea of just how soft and gooey this cannoli shell is, I'm going to show you me picking it up off of the plate. I mean, did you see it just cave in on itself? And that wasn't even me squeezing it. That was just me simply picking it up. A cannoli shell is supposed to be crispy. So, do you see that? So yeah, that's gonna be an issue. I mean, this has clearly been sitting in the fridge maybe for the past couple of days. That is how soggy this shell is. And like I said, cannolis are my all-time favorite dessert. And this is pretty brutal, guys. I think they had cannolis over at Pizza Rizzo too. I don't know if I ever got around to trying them, but I don't know if it was like this over at Pizza Rizzo, but this is bad and I haven't tried it. Let's give you some cannoli ASMR. There's probably going to be none. Oh my God. I have had a lot of awful cannolis here in Orlando. I think that takes the cake for the worst. That has got to be the worst cannoli I have ever had in my entire life. The shell, I mean, atrocious. The filling might be even worse. It had so many different flavors going on. It was like orangey. I mean, do not get that. Like, all right, Sunset Boulevard, we will be back for you. There's still some more new food on Sunset Boulevard that we have to check out, but for now, we're heading into Galaxy's Edge because our next stop closes at 3 o'clock, so we've got to scurry on over to Ronto Roasters. Why one of the best places to get food in the park closes at 3 o'clock? I may never know. But here at Ronto Roasters, they have a brand new alcoholic beverage, the Malaster Margarita. It has Terramana Blanco Tequila, triple sec, desert pear syrup, and lime juice for $17.50. I have taken my margarita over to the little bit of shade I have found outside of Docking Bay 7, and to my surprise, looks like we've got a tahini rim on the cup of our margarita here. I was not expecting that. It was not advertised, so beware if you do not like tahini, if you do not like spicy things. It does come with a tahini rim. I'm sure if you order this in person, you would be able to ask them to omit the rim and asked them to just put it in a cup without it, but it does come with a tahini rim. And I also asked, since Ronto Roasters closed at 3, I know once Ronto Roasters close, you're able to get the Ronto wrap here at Docking Bay 7. So I asked, once it closes, are you able to get this margarita anywhere else, either at Kat Saka's Kettle or here at Docking Bay? And they said no. Once Ronto Roasters close, the margarita's done for, so you can only get this margarita till 3 o'clock. It doesn't go to any of the other locations here in Galaxy's Edge. So if this is good, that's a bit of a bummer. Only till 3 o'clock. Party's over at 3 here in that is crazy, but let's get to trying this margarita here. It sounds delicious. Oh yeah, guys, this is so good. I was worried about it being a little bit sweet, and while it is sweet, it's not overly sweet. I don't like sweet drinks, and this is tolerable for me for sure. I love the flavor of that desert pear. It reminds me a lot of the Night Blossom that you could get over in Pandora, the frozen drink that's layered, like the pink with the green with the pink and the popping pearls on top. I love the Night Blossom, but that's a frozen drink, and it's not alcoholic. You can get it with rum, the Rum Blossom, but I actually think I might prefer this just because the frozen drinks sometimes give me a brain freeze like instantly, so I prefer a non-frozen drink sometimes, but this tastes like almost identical, and I prefer tequila to rum, and I actually think that tahini rim works really good on here. I was a little bit worried, like tahini with desert pear. I wasn't sure how that would go, but this is really, really good and refreshing, and it is such a bummer that you could only get this till 3 o'clock. Like, I would love to get this as a little nighttime drink to walk around Hollywood Studios with. Man, this is really, really good. I think this did replace one of the other drinks at Ronto Roasters, but I'd say this is a worthy replacement. I really enjoy it, yeah. It's giving me all the Night Blossom vibes. So if you enjoy a Night Blossom, definitely come check this one out. This is a good one. I'm gonna take my drink to go here as we make our way towards Toy Story Land for another sweet treat. And that new sweet treat is coming from Woody's Lunchbox. They have a new Lunchbox tart. Every few months at Woody's Lunchbox, they change up the specialty Lunchbox tart that they have. The last one they had was a key lime pie Lunchbox tart, and I remember enjoying it. However, I have the same complaint with every single Lunchbox tart that I try here. They never have enough filling. I always enjoy the pastry, I always enjoy the filling. It just never has enough of it, and I'm sure I'm gonna have the exact same thoughts about this one here. So the new seasonal Lunchbox tart that we've got is a PB&J Lunchbox tart. It's a peanut butter filled pastry topped with grape jelly fondant, purple sprinkles, and gold crispy pearls for $4.99. As always, we will break into it, see what we're working with in the center. You can see the peanut butter in the middle. Looks to actually be a thicker layer of fillings than usual. We'll see. Peanut butter can sometimes be dry on its own, so if there's not enough filling, this could be disastrous. Oh yeah, that, my friends, is so dry. I'd say one of the drier Lunchbox tarts I've had, and it's because of that peanut butter filling for sure. I actually feel like the peanut butter is so dry that it has in turn made the pastry so dry that it is just crumbling apart, and I wish they reversed it. I wish the grape jelly was the filling and the peanut butter frosting was on top. I feel like that would have helped with the dryness issue, because the jelly is naturally a little more wet, if you will, and it would have just helped bring moisture to this Lunchbox tart, moisture that this desperately needs. And I like the idea of peanut butter and jelly, especially since this is supposed to be like, you know, Lunchbox, Woody's Lunchbox, and peanut butter and jelly is a classic lunch sandwich. So I like the route of peanut butter and jelly. I think this is very poorly executed. Personally, I think this is probably the worst lunchbox tart I've had here. After that lunchbox tart, I decided to make my way over to the other side of the park to Backlot Express because they have a couple new drinks that I wanted to check out. They do have a new margarita, but since we already had a margarita over at Ronto Roasters, I decided to get the frozen watermelon vodka lemonade instead. This has Tito's vodka, watermelon, and Minute Maid lemonade for $16.50. I am always shocked when I'm handed a drink that looks like that. I mean, I am just now covered in stickiness. Good thing I have some hand sanitizer, but this thing is just an absolute disaster. I mean, my table is just now completely covered in sugar water. Good thing I have some time to sit down and relax and drink this. I couldn't imagine if I was trying to grab this and walk around the park and drink it on the go. I don't know if it's always this messy or what the deal was with this one here. But hopefully it tastes good. I don't even want to touch the cup. I'm gonna move it over here and take a sip from the table. Oh my gosh. Ooh. I'll tell you what, it's messy. The presentation is an absolute disaster, but that's tasty as heck. That watermelon flavor is super, super fresh, and shockingly, it does not taste like artificial watermelon kind of flavor. I know I said in my last video that mango was my favorite fruit. My second favorite fruit is probably watermelon, and I just think watermelon is so refreshing, especially on a hot day. And man, this is just such a refreshing drink here. I think it's the perfect combination between lemonade and watermelon. Sometimes when I get a frozen lemonade, it's too tart and it's too sweet for me, but not this. It is just like truly the perfect balanced frozen drink. I really, really enjoy this. I do not taste any Tito's whatsoever. This is not strong at all. There's like no liquor in here, at least from what I can tell, unless I have to stir it. Maybe all the liquor's on the bottom. That could be the case. Let's maybe stir it around. No, still not getting any liquor, but man, that tastes like I'm biting into a fresh watermelon. This is excellent, a good choice. Typically, I probably would have gone for the margarita, but I was like, let me get something different since we already had the margarita and we already had a non-frozen drink. Let me go with the frozen drink here, the non-margarita. And I'm glad I did. Even though I can't taste any alcohol, this is just so refreshing that I might consider getting it again, although I might ask for it to not have the rim on the cup because of the disaster that happened here. So I might recommend, if you want to get this, maybe ask for no rim. I don't know if it comes like this every time, but this is a good one for this summer. This is like the perfect summer drink here at Backlot. Wow. Highly recommend. Right next to the Indiana Jones stunt show is going to be our next stop at Epic Eats, actually. I very rarely, if at all, stop over here. They sell funnel cakes and a couple of other ice cream style treats. The strawberry funnel cake that you see up here, as well as the cookies and cream funnel cake, have always been here, but this caramel apple pie funnel cake is brand new. As of a couple weeks ago, they also got a new cold brew float and vanilla cold brew. These are new. I'm not going to get them because I have a hard time with the floats. They melt instantly, and I know the caramel apple pie funnel cake also has soft serve, but it should be a little bit easier to manage, so I think we're just going to stick with this. Wow, this thing is massive. The caramel apple pie funnel cake. It's a funnel cake with apple pie topping, caramel drizzle, and vanilla soft serve for $8.49. I honestly do not even think I have ever had a funnel cake from that stand, but let me just tell you, the smells coming out of that place were insane, and this also looks incredible. This looks so good. Just a funnel cake on its own looks so good. Like, this is a lot of funnel cake. This is heavy, and the apple pie topping and the ice cream looks like it's gonna blend all really well together. Now, there are a couple of other places you could get funnel cakes at Disney World. You could get them over in Epcot in the America Pavilion, and I don't think those ones are that great just because the ice cream that they give you on top of them, they like give you a slab. They're not great. And the ones in Magic Kingdom from Sleepy Hollow, can you even get ice cream on those ones? I don't know if you can get ice cream on those ones, and I don't think you can get them anywhere in Animal Kingdom. So I don't know, guys. This is looking like it might shape out to be like one of the best funnel cakes you could get at Disney World. I haven't tried it yet though, but just based off of looks, this looks incredible. But this is definitely a fork and knife type deal. You could hear the Indiana Jones stunt show going on behind me. I had to come back over to Backlot because there's not that many tables over by Epic Eats. But yeah, fork and knife funnel cake here. Like I said, this is thick. You gotta come here with your family. You could share this with your whole family, honestly. This is a good one to share. And not to mention, this is a snack credit. This is like an over $8 funnel cake, and it turns out to be a snack credit on the dining plan. So a good one to use your dining plan on. Oh my God. The warm funnel cake is just melting that ice cream right off. Well, we still have one more food to try, but I'm calling it right now. Food of the day. This is completely blowing me away. As that ice cream melts into the funnel cake, it's honestly getting even better. I would never consider myself much of a funnel cake kind of person. Like, I would never really order a funnel cake. It's not my kind of jam. This is a funnel cake I would order. I do love apple pie, so maybe that's why, but that apple pie filling, although it's probably not homemade, I mean, it tastes really, really good. And that caramel kind of cinnamony flavor works so well with that fried, crunchy funnel cake. And like I said, this is warm, fresh made funnel cake. And that ice cream, it all works so well together. Like, I am not even kidding you. This is one of the best funnel cakes I have ever eaten. Not just at Disney World, in my life. Like, I am not a funnel cake person. This is amazing. This is one of the best sweet treats in Hollywood Studios. I tend to not really love the snacks, love the sweets. I tend to not really love the snacks and sweets in Hollywood Studios, but this is easily one of the best sweets in this park. Oh my gosh. Wow. Epic Eats. Was never on my radar before. Wow. And that ice cream is just making the funnel cake like get all soft and must-get snack in the park. I hope this is not a seasonal edition. Like, because apple pie is more of like a summery kind of food. I hope this sticks around because this is amazing. Go to Epic Eats and get this for sure. Snack of the day. For our final stop, we have made our way back down Sunset Boulevard to Rosie's All-American Cafe. Now, they do have a new menu item here in the Hot Honey Buffalo Chicken Salad, which sounds absolutely delicious. I love hot honey and I love buffalo sauce. However, they only have a sriracha ranch dressing to go on the salad, so I'm gonna stay away from that since I do not eat ranch dressing. Instead, they do have a new dessert and a new non-alcoholic drink as well as an alcoholic drink, but I'm gonna get the non-alcoholic drink. So we're gonna try a non-alcoholic drink as well as a dessert from here at Rosie's. And first up, we're gonna try our cherry lemonade. This has Minute Maid lemonade with cherry grenadine for $6.49. Now, if you did want to add alcohol to this, they have an option to add whiskey or vodka, but since we've already had 2 drinks today, I decided to just get it without. And again, this looks to be very refreshing. I didn't realize that this was also going to be Minute Maid lemonade. So we had a Minute Maid watermelon drink, and now we're having a Minute Maid grenadine drink. But again, it's perfect for today because I'm dying out here, guys. They didn't have straws though, so we're gonna, this could be messy. It just tastes like lemonade. I don't know if there's enough grenadine in here to give it a flavor other than lemonade. Maybe if I had a straw to kind of stir it around, but you can see it's really light, so it just kind of tastes like lemonade. I mean, if you're wanting a tart frozen lemonade, this will do the trick. But that watermelon lemonade we had earlier was so much better. I wish they did that watermelon lemonade in a non-alcoholic version, because that was just so tasty. So much better than this one here. And our final treat from Rosie's is going to be this peach cobbler. It is apparently a house-made peach cobbler with brown sugar streusel, and it's topped with whipped cream for $5.49. House-made. A little bit skeptical of that, but you can see we've got some nice layering in there. So we've got, looks to be some type of vanilla cake with our peach filling, and then our streusel at the bottom with our whipped cream on top. I don't know, I feel like we gotta get a bite with a little bit of everything. I'm hoping this is good here. We'll get a good end to our day of snacks in Hollywood. I don't know if that peach filling is homemade. It says house made, so. This bite of peach is big. I was trying to get a smaller bite of peach, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Just tastes like it's been sitting in the fridge for a day or two. Doesn't taste that fresh. The peaches themselves are super sour and not that sweet, juicy, succulent kind of peach that I want when I have a peach cobbler. And that streusel on the bottom has gotten really soggy, and it's not that crumbly, super brown, buttery, cinnamony kind of streusel that I'd be looking for. And the cake is kind of hard and a little bit frozen and really cold. It's overall just a super forgettable dessert. Like, it's not awful and inedible, but it's not something that I would ever go out of my way to order. But what I would go out of my way to order is that caramel apple funnel cake that we had. Like, it just doesn't compare to that, especially since that's only like a couple bucks more for. And look at how small this is compared to that. Like, I wouldn't come over here and get that when I could go get that funnel cake. Like, just super forgettable. I don't know. It's an injustice to a good peach cobbler. Well, a little bit of a rough ending, but we definitely had a good day of eats and drinks here in Hollywood Studios. My favorite being that caramel apple funnel cake. That was so delicious, and I really enjoyed a lot of the drinks that we had as well. My favorites there being that margarita from Ronto Roasters and the watermelon lemonade slushy from Backlot Express. Two really good new additions to the drinks here in Hollywood. Anytime there is new food in the Disney parks, I am always out here covering it. So if you don't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop me a comment letting me know what food I tried today that you want to try the most. Thank you guys for checking out this video. Thank you to everyone over on Patreon for your support. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.